Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Tardis Zone Live. It's been a whole week, yes, but we have been on the Irish Geek. So if you haven't subscribed to the Irish Geek, please do so, because we're going to be continuing to do stuff on the Irish Geek as well. But it's good to be back on the main channel. Obviously, we are continuing with our Sunday watch-alongs. We've got World War III watch-along and discussion. Also, during the week, I will have a couple of videos, maybe a couple of streams to talk about this whole Moffat situation and why everybody else that's coming out with theories are wrong and I'm right. Basically, which way you look at this, it doesn't look good for Stephen Moffat. And I'm sorry, you can make up all the excuses you want. Where's his integrity? If he's willing to do this just to get Dracula on the TV, I think it's a shot below the belt. If it's him trolling fans, I also think it's a shot below the belt. Either way, which way you look at this, it's not good for Moffat. And I'm sorry, I don't agree with people out there that have been doing videos on this subject. Always when I have a good instinct on something, I'm obviously proven right. Doesn't matter about an article and a line, the last line of an article or anything like that. At the end of the day, this does not look good for Stephen Moffat either way. He has betrayed the fandom as far as I'm concerned, and I will not be deterred on this, right? Even if he's doing it to get Sherlock back on, or he has some other motive, it doesn't look bad. He's willing to stab this fandom in the back and willing to say that Chris Chibnall's shit is canon, right? And that doesn't wash with me. So I'm sorry. I'm done watching. By the way, the pricks, obviously I'm giving up now on all this watch-along that Emily Cook is doing. And guess what the next episode happens to be? Heaven Sent. I'm not doing it, right? It's the greatest episode ever done. I am not doing it. When other people are doing it, I'll do it on the channel myself. But I'm not supporting it. Stephen Moffat is coming back online. I'm not having anything to do with it. I don't care if there's a different motive or something going on behind the scenes. What he's doing right now is a betrayal. End of. And I will have more on that next week because this is a relevant story, news story. This is something that does deserve to be highlighted. It doesn't matter. Which way you look at this, it's not looking good for Moffat, right? And if it's for him to try get Sherlock back on, well then I'm sorry. If yous are okay with that he's basically endorsing this crap, so BBC give him a second series of Dracula. If you think that's okay, and you're okay with the fact that that's the reason why he's doing it, so he's not really behind it 100%. I don't care. The fact that he's come out and said it, right? Get away. There's a thing called loyalty, right? Loyalty to the fans. He has none. He's a sellout, and he's like the rest of them that support this. And I'll say it again, if you support the fact that the Foundation of the Time Lords came about because a child was experimented on and murdered several times, well then you're a sick individual. Sick. Your kids should be taken off you if you have kids as well. You're sick. And nobody brings that up. Do you notice they're all shoving that under the carpet? Nobody brings that up at all. It's kept under the carpet. Nobody brings it up. And then when you highlight it, people ignore it all the time. Well, this is the thing that I'm going to keep highlighting all the time until someone fucking sees it. Right? It's ridiculous. Screw him. I don't give a crap about Mr. Piggy Reviews either, right? Mr. Piggy Reviews can come out and say that Series 12 had better ratings than Peter Capaldi's era. We all know that's a lie. The audience figures, the overnights, the AIs, everything is down. So he can go and shove his so-called facts up his fucking arse. Right, we've got Rabbi here. Has a coffee. He's obviously at the hearing me rant. He's one of these guys that actually thinks that Moffat, right? And I love Rabbi. Me and Rabbi will actually discuss this. I want to bring Rabbi on because Rabbi, when we discuss this, it will be very interesting to see the two different opinions on this. But I still don't think this looks well for him, but we'll bring Rabbi anyway on. We've got to do the watch along, but we'll just get his brief thoughts on it anyway. I'll let him respond to what I've just said anyway. Welcome, Rabbi.
Hello, good evening. How are you? How are you, everybody?
Yeah, I'm all right. Right, go on. Give us your listen before we start this watch along.
Oh,
right?
Actually, I got one other thing I want to get to before we start as well. More pertaining to the episode we're watching tonight. But in terms of the Moffat thing, is if you I don't think he said anything that bad. I think he said stuff that could be taken either way. This is what I think happened, and I think we in the fandom should be very happy.
Right, go on and explain it to me.
Because they're responding directly to us. That means okay. This is a wave of propaganda, and the wave of propaganda is there because they're very scared. And
right, well, hang on.
Wait. My point is this. What you're saying is I disagree with you somewhat in terms of how bad Moffat's being, but in terms of will it help them win? Bottom line, no. And the reason's this. Because at the end of the day, they got to show these Jodie Whittaker episodes. And that nothing's going to be more embarrassing than that. The least embarrassing thing that can happen to the BBC right now is they publicly admit they were wrong, fire everyone, start again. That's the least embarrassing way out they have. It's going to be more embarrassing when they've touted this for years and said, no, we're not giving away, and it's brought out and it's awful. You know what it's going to be like? Do you remember that Homer Simpsons when he makes that Simpsons where Homer makes a car, he meets his brother, it's Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
He makes his car and he builds out and they pull open the curtain, they see the car, and it's like, that's what's going on.
Yeah, I remember that episode, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they got to show the Jodie Whittaker episodes. And that's their undoing. That's their undoing right there. I think listen, this was Moffat's choice because he did throw shade unreservedly. He threw shade at Chibnall, right?
Yeah, which is true. I agree. He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, and he should have done that. Because, the bottom line is this: he's not going to be able to work again in this country. Look at Christopher Eccleston. He honked off the BBC because he didn't want to do Doctor Who second year. He couldn't work in the UK for a decade. Did you see that Thor movie? He looked like he wanted to
hang on. But this is Stephen Moffat. I think everybody keeps forgetting the glue of the way here. It's Stephen Moffat. Stephen Moffat is not going to be ever short of any work.
Well, there's 2 points. That's the BBC is his major employer right now. But the second point is this, that everybody in the BBC and everybody working in the entertainment industry thinks like Chris Chibnall. And they think that it's stunning and brave what Chris Chibnall's done. They think it's fantastic. They think we're disgusting because we don't like it. And so let's say Moffat goes again. The only reason Moffat can see through that, the only reason Moffat can see The Emperor's Got No Clothes, because he knows and loves Doctor Who. It's the only reason he can see through it. But otherwise, if it was in the entertainment industry, he wouldn't be able to see through it because they're all brainwashed and insane.
Well, I still think he's gone the wrong way about it.
No, I agree with you, but it's either that or he won't be able to work in the entertainment industry.
I have to disagree with that one though, because this is Stephen Moffat. This fella went off to Hollywood and did a film as well.
Listen,
There's no way I'm telling you now, Amazon Prime or something or Netflix would pick him up straight away.
Probably, but again, that means it's uprooting your life. It's just, and also listen, I think it's also probably personally very, very uncomfortable as well. You know, they're personally friends. You know, what are you gonna do? Listen, I don't know. What would you do?
I know. I get it.
And then he's doing this badly. Like, what do you do? That's just this is not. You give your friend your business, right? That you built up and you've loved all your life, and he just try what? I don't understand what you would do. And if you say anything, it's going to be very unprofessional.
Yeah. Right, listen, we could debate this all night, but we're here for a watch along, right? So we'll keep.
Pertaining to this episode.
Yeah, go on.
I had a thought. Me and Jason, we clashed very, very vehemently last week, and I had some thoughts on that. And I think that's probably why that might be one of the contributing factors why I don't think he wants to review this episode, because he just doesn't want to have that clash again, which I completely hear and I completely understand, right? But this is what my takeaway is after thinking about it. I can see that, okay, there's part of Doctor Who's history. Sometimes it's very buffoonishly comedic. It's very pantomime, and it could I can think of examples stretching back the entire Doctor Who. My favorite part of Invasion is that bit where Patrick Troughton's being shot by the Cybermen. He's doing this very Charlie Chaplin-esque comedy. Yeah, I love that bit. Okay, I love it. But people, there, I think there's a sharp divide between. So there's that, and that is, I understand that's very, very provincial, and it's very, it's an acquired taste. Now, I remember right when Doctor Who came back, I think it was 2 weeks before this, they were reviewing it on this arts program.
Yeah.
On BBC Two, and the English arts guy was going, "This is the greatest thing ever." He's like, "Oh my god, I've never seen anything great." He was freaking out how great it was. And the American artsy guy was like, "What are you looking like? You're insane. This is what?" So I think I really think it's a very cultural thing to be able to love this just goofiness of it, and there is a lot of it in tonight's episode. There is a lot of it tonight's episode, and I just shamelessly love it. But I understand how it would absolutely rankle him, and it's just not for him. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, but just actually, I've got to message off Blue Bonnet anyway. Blue Bonnet just right at the moment is feeling a bit
yeah, there's a lot going on.
The virus, all this just has people a bit on the yoke, and she just wants to take a step back from panels, which is understandable. And I said to her last night as well, it's understandable. So whenever Jason and Blue Bonnet feel up to coming back on the panel again to do these watch-alongs with us, they're more than welcome. I just want to put that out there anyway. But listen, we will be talking anyway at some stage, as we always do on the YouTube and social media circuit. So we'll keep in touch anyway. But listen, we will get ready to go. So some people have actually asked where we're starting at. Well, we're starting at I have it on Netflix, so I'm starting at the recap point.
That's where I am.
I'm just going to play the recap. Stephanie Little Page with a $5 super chat says, "Greetings, my friends. The captain and I are here. Welcome to you and the captain. Nice to have you here. Sorry."
Just salute people that can't see you.
Well, yeah, I know I did. Yeah, I know, I'm an idiot. Also, as you all know, I haven't been on this channel in a week. For anybody that has been wondering where I am, we got a bit of a copyright strike, so we've been on my second channel, The Irish Geek, where we have been continuing to do stuff on that channel. But we're back on this, but we will be still using The Irish Geek because we will be doing movie reviews and other TV shows on that channel. So if you haven't subscribed to that channel, please do. That's The Irish Geek on YouTube. And obviously, if you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And don't forget to subscribe to Rabbi and to all our former panelists as well, Blue Bonnet Hoovian and Jason Scott's channel as well. Give those channels a subscribe. Every little helps, as they say in Tesco. Every little helps. Right, so we're ready to go. I'll just double check with Rabbi now in a second. Just want to make sure that everybody in the chat is ready to go, and we'll get going on this watch along. Rabbi, you're ready, obviously.
I'm queued up, ready to go.
Right, there's just one more thing I need to do, and then I am ready. Where is the yes? Yeah. Let's do this. Right. Right, I'm going to do a countdown, the usual, right? I never even noticed we were back on the main channel. I'm walking now, says Derek. Fair enough. Go on, feck off then. Go on. It's grand. Me and Derek do have a laugh on Twitter. He's a mad lunatic. Well, you know, my channel isn't for everybody. You know, but that's just the way it goes, isn't it? Right, we ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play.
Go.
And we got the recap there. So for anybody that's hasn't seen it, but in fairness, yes. Do you know what? Actually, I will. Before this episode does kick in, talking about Christopher Eccleston's Doctor, you always hear this term "don't skip 9" because a lot of fans used to skip 9. I would highly recommend that you don't skip 9. You know, actually watch it. If you're gonna watch New Who, watch it from the beginning. I know the episodes like Rose, and this might be everybody's cup of tea, but it's the best starting point for me, and then you can go back and watch classic Who then. I don't know about you, Rabbi.
Yeah, I agree. Although I have to say, it's really this is only halfway through this episode that I think he starts becoming the Doctor.
Yeah, it gets a bit serious when they're locked in Downing Street.
Right, and I think that, we'll sit together in a minute. But it's only like literally halfway through this episode that he starts becoming the Doctor. Whereabouts are you? Because I think I'm out of sync with you.
Intro. On the intro.
Yeah, I'm on the intro. Yeah, don't skip the intro. Don't skip the intro. Leave the intro. Leave it all play. Because this is what Dr. Who is all about.
Eccleston's name just came up.
Yeah,
Billy
Piper. There we go. We should be sync.
He was a little bit ahead. That's what he was trying
to do. Was he? Oh,
yeah, no, because I'd already watched it, so when I pressed play, I went on straight onto the opening the ending title.
Right, the title's World War III. Right, the episode started now.
Right. Keith Boak. Now, this is the reason Eccleston only did 1 year. The director.
Yeah, he didn't like this story.
He didn't like the story, but he really clashed with the director, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the one. This is the story. This is where Christopher Eccleston apparently had where all the problems stemmed.
Right, and this was the opening block, wasn't it? Or was this?
This was the opening block. So it happened pretty early on. Yeah.
I bet they just soured it for him from the beginning. I like Mickey stepping into his own a little bit there.
Yeah. This is the episode where Mickey steps up now.
Right.
I love the part though. I love the part where the Doctor runs to all the soldiers and goes, "No, all the soldiers run in," and you go, "This is it. Yeah, here it is."
Here it comes. Any second. They're first thing trying to get the suit back on. See again. This is something you've got to like. Just be. I think it's culturally that you love it. The switch between CGI and practical is so notable, isn't it?
So all the Slovene are connected. Then one attack you attack them all. Well, they're a family, so yeah, they're able to sense when one of their family members are murdered. Basically,
right.
Yeah. The CGI wasn't bad there.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, but I didn't think the CGI wasn't bad there. But Rose doing the little skippy run. Yeah.
I know, but it was just, you know what? It was so much fun to see somebody running up and down a corridor on British TV again. You know, we really hadn't seen that in Doctor Who yet, had we?
No. We've got the rabbi. We've got the captain back. Welcome back, Captain. Imagine.
Yeah, just running corridors. Now, again, I was watching. I thought, "Oh man, Jason's gonna hate this."
I hate this.
Yeah, Cheryl's not.
Yeah, you know, it's all about, I think, very British comedy timing.
I mean, I grew up on Monty Python and
like
Brian Lawrence and stuff like that, but I don't.
Totally British.
It's a very British type.
Yeah, it's like Marmite. You have to grow up with it. Not even grow up.
Talking about Marmite, Cheryl got me some Bovril the other day.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I tell you. Nice it was. And
again, like all this comedy stuff, I just see Jason just hating.
Oh, he would despise us with every fiber of his being.
Exactly. This is not my favorite two-parter either.
No, he's just, it's
and
just,
I get.
He thinks you can just tell it's like this is not his comedy.
But I get it.
style.
I get where Jason's coming from, though. That's the thing. I actually do get where he's coming from.
It's one of my least favorite episodes for that reason. It's just too cartoonish for me.
But I do, for some weird reason,
It's the difference between this side of the ocean and that.
Yeah.
We got that British culture in it. That's what it is. You can't get by that.
I mean, even in America,
you can take the boy out of Dublin. You can't take Dublin out of the boy. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, and even when you watch British stuff growing up, it's not the same because you're not immersed in the culture all the time.
Exactly. You have to be brewed in this to be able to get it.
Yeah.
This is so deeply cultural.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, right? Because they're in London.
Right.
That copper is clearly Welsh. Oh. Right, so this is it now.
Yes, Victoria, they all... it was a little bit later they have the line, "Victory must be naked." The truth is, these really aren't very Doctor Who monsters. They're way too contemporary. But they're really fun. I'm really enjoying them.
Yeah, looking at them now, they do look ridiculous, though.
They're like nuclear lobsters.
They're salting, but you know, I mean, it was 2005, you know, so.
At the time, they were so disturbing because they were like had the baby faces. I remember everyone was just blown away by it. They couldn't believe this was on British TV.
They were like ugly. They're cute.
Pride about it.
They were kind of adorable.
I think that's probably why we never really saw them again. Because I think Russell T Davies kind of knew they looked kind of naff.
Well, they were in Boomtown, weren't they?
Just the one.
Just the one. And then they were in the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Right. But that was a different player, the Child of the Savine. Tell you, Russell T Davies did Sarah Jane, Doctor Who, and Torchwood all at the same time.
Yeah.
Very good at it because he loved what he's doing. When you love what you're doing, you can't stop doing it.
I do love Harriet Jones in this, though.
Right.
She's so British, so astounding.
Yeah, she is. She's very British, yeah. I have to say, the CGI is not bad here, though. It's not.
It's very jarring when they go from CGI to practical. It's very noticeable.
Yeah, but again, I will say 2005, that was pretty top notch for BBC.
It was. Do you remember how we freaked out about it?
Yeah. I love now. This is it now. This is where.
Right.
Oh.
I would have loved to get him to get second year.
Okay.
I love this scene.
Yeah.
This is the best scene of this episode, and the one where they're in the conference room then.
Yeah, when they're trying to work out where they're from. Yeah, I just really wish they'd work it out and do some big finish stuff. I would be
Eventually he will.
I love that line about passing the port to the left.
Oh, son of a gun.
No, I love this.
It's interesting because it's kind of like tonally, this is like the end of a season.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know, like it's their first little run.
Do you know, I think it's kind of noticeable. This is the first block. You can kind of see from his performance that he's just doing what needs to be done. But then when you get the garlic and stuff in the other episodes, they're a different block. You can tell.
Right.
Exactly.
As soon as you get into Dalek, which is next week, his performance does shift. You're right now. You say it shifts quite a lot.
Yeah.
Chemistry's off too.
Yeah, the chemistry is off a little bit. You're right, actually, Cheryl. Oh, we watch him. We do. Mr. What's his name? Mr. Fingerman. Yeah, Andrew Marr.
Yeah, and they all love having these cameos. It's like being on the Muppet Show.
Always a good time.
I love it. What connects these people? I do not know. And that's exactly the way he is in real life. If you've never seen him right on his real show, you should check him out. He demolishes politicians, man.
Right.
Seriously, they come on, they think they're gonna get an easy time, and he rips them.
No, he takes every good part. I've seen him. Yeah, he's good at it.
He is savage.
Yeah, he is. He's actually one of the best out there.
Well, I actually finally got around to writing to Joy Wilkerson today. And I to like invite her on the channel and explain, like, before you say yes, you might want to know I really hate what they've been doing with Doctor Who. She's the one who wrote the Witchfinders, and she's on the Blu-rays on the behind the sofa things. So I thought, I'll just write to her, see if she'll come on for like a conversation.
Yeah, the only thing is though, if you do get someone on like that, I've been looking into a few people myself. The thing is, this be the best time to get them now because of obviously this isolation and the
right.
But thing about it is, they normally will tell you that they're not going to have. Don't bring up about Series 11 or 12. They won't. They probably won't talk about that. You'll probably have to talk to her about something completely different.
Well, listen, I just floated it out there. I said, listen, you want to, I said I really wanted to address the issues, like, but as I said, I wanted to make it like a geeky hard talk where we can walk away friends. Where we can like just
let's hope she takes you up on your offer.
Great.
That would be great, Rabbi.
And I don't want to make it a fight. I'm just saying, well,
no, you're right. I agree where you're coming from. I just think she will have certain boundaries, because she is part of that era, and even Nicholas Briggs, he won't even talk about it, like, and he's not even writing for.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Chibnall's got all the cards, and it's incredible. He really does.
Yeah. I wonder what happened that made him get so much power. Apparently, he's more powerful than Moffat. How that happened?
Yeah, he absolutely is.
How that happened, I do not know.
I think the same way as Kurtzman got so powerful. They're good at like the politics stuff. Yeah, it's this moment here, right here, where he's like, trying to come back to himself. Where he's starting to understand that death matters. It's interesting because like his whole demeanor changed from that moment onwards. It's really weird. I like to imagine it that from his point of view, like he activated the moment or whatever it is that destroyed the Daleks, and when he was the War Doctor, and like the next thing he really remembers is this. He's like, "Whoa, that was crazy."
Yeah. It'd be fascinating to get him on the chat. If you could,
Oh,
if you could
wow.
nail
Yeah,
him down, he
why
would
not?
be one fascinating character to interview.
Why not? You know, I'll reach out to his agent. Why not?
Worst he could do is say no. You got nothing to lose.
That's it. Say, listen, do you want to come on and tell us why you hate the BBC so much? Because so we can use that against them. Money message. Yeah. Would you want to come on and talk about serious? Your first series, your first and only series of Doctor Who.
Right. You know what? I'll reach out to his agent. Why not?
Harriet Jones, brilliant.
Yeah. And you know, it was so clever because they built up a character so well. When they like crashed her, it was really kind of heartbreaking.
It was. They did do that. You got really invested in the characters.
Yeah, but then she redeemed herself right at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember those mobile phones?
Oh yeah.
You put your own little. You could design your own little. You got a clear case, and then you could put your own little fancy design on it. I always loved Nokia phones.
Oh, no.
I always loved Nokia phones, though. Nokia phones, like, you know, they get a bit of stick, but I always had a Nokia phone. That Nokia, what was the blocky one? Remember the old ones? I had that
By the
phone.
way, do you remember they did this website? They had these websites for real. You could go to them.
They had what?
Wait, look on the screen. You see the website.
Ah, Unit. Ah.
The fonts
Well,
were
do you
awesome.
remember like it was the BBC made those websites? You could get to them.
You can get no way.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're still online. They were online then, and then you could type in the Buffalo password. It launched the list.
Oh, that's deadly.
It's awesome.
Yeah, see, they don't do shit like that anymore.
I know they don't care. Then they
had the
care
Pepper
so
Pot.
much.
Remember Pepper Pot or something? They designed the title sequences for Jodie Whittaker's era. That's
Right.
the only thing that even the fan art. And if you look at it, there's not a lot of it.
There's not a lot of it,
It's
there's not much enthusiasm.
and even people that were doing fan art and they've done every other Doctor. Then when you look at their sites, Peter Capaldi
Yeah.
is the last
They
Doctor.
started off with a good game, saying, "Yay, I'm not going to be a bigger," and then now they've basically forgotten about it.
Oh, this is where Jackie gets serious now. And there's the Doctor's face. Look at that face.
Yeah.
Because he can't answer that.
Okay.
And then he looks at Rose.
Yeah. So you could go onto this website, and you click on all of this stuff. It was so cool, and they had a bunch of they did a bunch of these little websites. Like Clive's website as well. You could go onto.
It's typical, isn't it?
Was
Mickey is actually good in this episode.
he really is? Yeah. He comes into himself, and I love Jackie.
I love this. It's one of those things. It's illegal. She can't even say it. I love that line. Ah.
Just like everybody's mum, that's what everybody's mum would do.
I know, and Mickey, fair play to Mickey, always there for Jackie though, even when she was being. Mickey's character development. Daniel even said it earlier. I was looking at a comment he threw up there. He was saying Mickey gets some character development. He does, Daniel. You're right, spot on. His character development in this episode.
They did a great job.
Oh, by the way, everybody should subscribe to Daniel's channel and his Facebook page. His Facebook page is good. He's got a lot of good stuff going on there.
Here we go. This is.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the way he says this when he figures it out.
Right.
I'm just like, well,
But yeah, I will. You know what? Again, this scene is very like comedically staged, but I love it. I just love this scene. There's real drama and tension in there. Could you, Mickey and Jackie?
for as cheesy as the whole thing is, it's still a solid episode.
Yeah, just like it's so much fun.
I love when he figures it out, and then Mickey goes, "Oh yeah, great man. What are we gonna do?" But Jackie's reaction is probably the best though when she walks in. It's the silly game. With her hands. Brilliant.
It was like with the Cybermen one. She was like, "They were trying to download me," and I love Jackie.
Jackie's just brilliant.
Yeah, Jackie is good. She gets a bit of criticism, but
I love this.
And seriously, only a British kitchen would have
Yeah.
this in it.
I love the face. Oh,
So gross. The green spaghetti.
Oh, what was that shit they put together though? That was like
romaine noodles dipped in green stuff.
Yeah, it looked like those noodles, didn't it? Those fast food noodles.
Exactly what it was. It was like sheets of them. Again, but you've got to be English to be able to like not be like.
No American kitchen would have had those items in it.
Oh
No.
yeah, I know. All the English stuff, everything I loved in it. Pickled onions. That's it. Their performance really conveys everything about who they really are.
Yeah.
An excellent job. And this is the Rusty Davis having a bit of a political moan, but doing it like not rubbing your face in it. He uses the line massive weapons of destruction instead of weapons of mass destruction.
Mm-hmm.
And like, fine, okay. But again, it's just playful and not obnoxious. Tell you, the direction in this is very, very good.
Yeah, this whole speech by this imposter prime minister is actually deadly. Sorry, I was quiet there. I just love that.
Yeah, he gets sucked into it.
That's the thing you can. For those of us that don't like the slapstick as much, you can forgive so much of it because this part exists.
Yeah, this is war. Yeah, exactly. And this is exactly the way we would react though if there was an alien that we'd nuke first and then we'd ask questions later because we're idiots. Yeah. Now he's
So this opens the door for her to do lots of stuff in Badland. Like nobody really heard of her, and then she'll suddenly in everything after this.
yeah.
She ended up in EastEnders, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. She's good. She's not a good bad actress.
No, she's not.
Now, this part was a bit stupid because the door in reality, this door should in reality slam shut.
Exactly. Like again, it's all very like cartoony, stagey, but everything's done for like some kind of dramatic or comedic effect.
Stephanie Littlepage with a $5 super chat says, I say that when the BBC grows a brain and regenerates the Doctor, it should be our very own rabbi from another planet.
No. I'll take the job as showrunner, but I'll pass. I'll cast somebody handsome. Yeah, that's the way to get everybody watching again. Just get a really good-looking guy to play the Doctor.
Yeah. Then the girls won't be moaning again.
The guy who played Narek in Picard. Perfect.
Yeah, I don't think that would go down too well now with people, Rabbi.
No, the girls would love him, boys would love him, everyone would love him.
Look at poor Jackie.
Let's be honest, the next Doctor will be African American, non-binary.
Oh, I don't care at this stage. The next Doctor can be a bloody.
It's just not Doctor Who anymore. Thing. I've so decanonized it in my head. This is like a Victoria Wood sketch now.
Yeah. Are you gonna watch when it comes back on? Because
I am. Because I want to catalog it.
Wow, you're the only one.
Yeah, and it's tough, but you know what? Here's the thing. I want to report on every bit of spin they do because they're spinning like crazy right now. And like normally I let things go, but like I'm going to do a thing going through the Doctor Who magazine shill review of season 12. You know, I'm going to call out every bit of shill.
Yeah.
And
I
really
was kind of thinking that myself, but then we're kind of promoting it. But I'll see when it gets closer. But right now, my mind is made up. But Captain Robert April asks where we are exactly in the episode. Well, I'm about to come up on exactly 28 minutes. 28 minutes now, Captain Robert April. There you go.
Yeah, this is a really well-directed scene.
Yeah, this is what I said. When they're locked up in this room, the scenes in here, this is where it starts getting good.
And again, it's almost exactly now I'm watching it. Like I say, it's almost exactly at this point his performance calms down. He's able to stop grinning, relentlessly. So I'm really thinking this was an acting choice, like the gurning. And then he gurned, right as I said that.
Harriet giving them the instructions there. There's Rabbi's line now. Victory will be naked. 23 people watching this watch along. Thank you. I really appreciate it. But we'll be back to normal service on Monday. I've got a few things to say anyway about stuff that's happened during the week. I just waited until I was on this channel to do it. But even before we started this stream, I got a few dislikes, and I was like, the trolls are still here, though. So obviously, they missed me as well. So nice to have you along too. I missed you too, to be quite honest with you. But if I do anything on this Chris Chibnall's last series, because it will be, if I do, don't expect the reviews that you got last year. I will not be praising, and I don't care if there's good episodes. I will not be praising this shit.
I think it's gonna be unbelievably dreadful. Right, so far, every
you want to do? Are you free tomorrow?
Yeah, it should be.
Right then, me and you are going to do something tomorrow because there's a few things to discuss. Ed Heim, which I spoke about earlier on.
Oh my God, they got him back. Yeah,
he's returning. Maxine Alderton apparently has been confirmed as well, but I want to talk a bit about her as well because she's rumored to be a future showrunner, and Pete McTeague were also confirmed as well. So me and Rabbi will talk about that. There's other stuff as well. Actually, I do want to address that whole Jodie Whittaker video thing because I know there's a few people out there that aren't happy now. They think that she should shut up right now. For me personally, I don't mind the message that she's given. The only problem that I do have is I wish she'd actually like stay steady or stay in one spot because like she's moving around like she's got a fly up her ass or something. But the message I have no problem with, but she still should be doing a lot more. But me and Rabbi will discuss this because I know me and Rabbi have different opinions on that as well.
On the message, I thought it was like hilarious and awful. I think every child in the world would rather do anything else than watch that. You know, it was aimed at children and clearly has no idea what a child likes at all.
Oh, here we go, the missile.
Yeah, good bit of CGI, I think. I have to say.
That is, yeah. Oh, the missiles, the CGI with the missiles are always great in this show. I love this how he runs up to the room now and they're all around the phone.
Right. Again, that's so Rusty Davis. It's so silly and real. I love
that. Stephanie Littlepage asked with another £5 super chat. She asks, actually, I have to ask, what would you think if the Doctor regenerated into Captain Jack? They have actually done that. They have actually done that for a Big Finish audio, if I'm right in saying
no.
as the Doctor.
No. They didn't have him regenerate, and they had him take the place of the Sixth Doctor who was missing.
There you go, right then.
And so he wore the Sixth Doctor's coat, yeah.
All right. And Nicholas, all how we're coping with the lockdown situation. I'm not going to lie, I've been a bit tetchy lately. But well, Cheryl would say a lot, which is probably true. Yeah, it is quite difficult. I have to be honest. It is, and it shouldn't be because I don't really go out that often. But like,
I know, but it's amazing, isn't it? That little bit makes a whole difference.
I know. I know. So, yeah, look at like everybody else. Me and Cheryl, Ted, we're getting through it like everybody else, and all we just say is that, you know, the weather has been fine the last couple of days, and people have been blatantly ignoring what the experts are telling us. So to those people, I'd say stop being selfish as you've been told. I don't know how many times you have to be told, like, you know, this is important, this is serious as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here, listen, we're near the end of this episode now anyway.
The thing about the Jodie video that annoyed me the most is she said, "Yay, keep in touch with your family." I'm like, I'm locked in a house with my bloody family. You know, I want to be less in touch with them. What the hell?
Yeah, well, in your case, Rabbi, you're lucky. Now, I have to say, there's a lot of families and people out there that unfortunately can't see their families.
Yeah,
so, I know your family's wrecking your head right now because you're there, but you know, you'd probably be feeling like them as well if your kids were out there. And as you said yourself, you said a few weeks back when your kids came back, you were kind of glad that they were back, that they were.
Then they ate like nonstop. You have no idea how much.
Yeah. There she is, Harriet Jones. She becomes the Prime Minister, and Britain enters the golden age, and then the Doctor takes her down.
Which I love the way they mention it. Was it in Christmas Invasion?
Yeah.
Britain's golden age, they're calling it. I love that.
Now, I like Rose in this episode. Rose didn't annoy me in this episode.
Right.
The Doctor, I did like his performance in this one.
And he seems a little bit like he's finding his feet again. You know, I feel happy for him. You know, I'm really up to into writing to Chris Eccles now. I really hope he replies.
I will say to Stephanie though, it'd be nice to see Torchwood come back. I don't want to see Jack back in Doctor Who. Not while Chibnall is still showrunner.
Listen, again, like whatever Chibnall does, I don't care. It's like this is not whatever it is. It's just not real. And whatever it is, it's not going to be very good. That's the only thing we can guarantee from Chibnall. It's not.
Good point, Colin.
What do you say?
Actually, now do you know what? That's the first time that's actually clicked with me in all those years. If she's elected for 3 terms, how come she gets taken down at the start of the next season? Well, is it explained how long they're away? Oh, it is. It's the next Christmas. Actually, that's a good point. But the Doctor does say that certain points in time can be rewritten. And in the parallel world, she's actually the Prime Minister. She's actually the Prime Minister years because they're going through the Golden Age. So maybe that, because remember, Christopher Eccleston's Doctor used to get mixed up with Mickey and Ricky. So maybe he was getting mixed up with the 2 Harriet Joneses.
This is actually really clever. What it is, it's that's the sets up the arc for the season because he takes out Harriet Jones, who was supposed to be there for 3 terms. That's how the Master was able to come in and become the big bad for that season.
Oh, that's right. Yes, so it would make sense now. But I love the way she's not sure about leaving with him this time, and then he's come. Oh, I'd love it if the TARDIS was real. See the way he's explained that right there. We can ride the shockwave. I'd be like, come on, then, let's do it. I was devastated when he left. And now watching him again, I'm getting those feels again. He deserved 3 seasons. Seriously.
Yeah, exactly. I wish he would do a big finish.
This is where Jackie realizes.
Right.
Well, let's hope, Captain Robert April, that it is those 2 itching to get back into the job. But Moffat coming out and doing what he's done.
Yeah, Moffat
people have different opinions on it, but
look, Moffat went on an apology tour. He wrote the story. He's put out one interview saying he doesn't want to write an episode, and then he put another thing saying that canon changes with production team. All of which is basically true. And I think the point is, then I can't say who I heard this from, but somebody also who works within the production of Doctor Who in many different media said to me, or at least intimated to me, that we know, but it's all going to change when the production team changes. That's the way Doctor Who fans who's worked in the industry deal with this.
Yeah, but right now the damage is done. This is what I can't understand, the damage in the brand. But this scene is deadly. So, see, this is what I like. This is what I don't get, right? Christopher Eccleston's Doctor, even though he did take the piss out of him, he invites him here, right? But then in Series 2, David Tennant's Doctor does really treat him badly. They take the piss out of him really badly. Stephanie Littlepage says, no, I came into the Torchwood fandom arse backwards watching Children of the Earth first because it was available at the library. Well, Children of the Earth is actually a great cracking start.
Yeah, it's not the best.
It's probably the best series, actually, that one of Torchwood. So, yeah, not bad. And that was a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the super chat, Stephanie. But yeah, Torchwood is brilliant. The first 3 seasons. I didn't like the 4th season, to be honest.
Well, the one that dragged on forever. That one. Whatever.
Yeah, Bill Pullman. Like it was.
Yeah. On as long as it's lockdown. Jeez.
Yeah, Jesus, it did, and it was about a paedophile, which was very uncomfortable.
All right. And Nana Visitor from Deep Space Nine was it for like an episode.
Even the writing's so much superior. You did like.
It doesn't work when you set it to Earth. I mean to America.
No.
I just think it was too long for one story.
That's why I always believe, right? These people that call for Doctor Who to be put into American hands. Are you?
Look at what happened
Are
when
you serious?
They had McGann.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Have we not learned from the 1996 movie? No. Have we not learned from that movie that it just doesn't work? Unfortunately.
Just like any British show we take, we have to change significantly for it to be appreciated in America. It's so cultural.
Yeah. There's only certain shows that work, right? Shameless is one of an English show that translates well to America. The Office was another one, even though
they still had to tweak it.
Yeah, but I don't like the American Office.
I know, but what I'm saying is, you have people. Most people will be very decisive. But the thing is like All in the Family, which came from British shows and stuff. All of those shows that came to America, they had it tweaked so it would actually be properly accepted in American culture, because it's just such an ingrained difference. Like, America has some very British tendencies, but they very much want to be anti-British.
And that was it. Next time, it's the episode Henry Van Staten.
I love this one.
This is the episode where the Doctor loses his complete shit.
Yeah.
And this never nearly happened, which is like, you know, which would have been a travesty if Doctor Who came back and there was no Daleks.
Right, it was close.
I love that line. Why don't you just die? Oh, there he is.
Such a good.
Really, you dirty rotten. Yeah, we have to wait a whole week.
Nicholas Briggs really bringing it there.
I tell you, can't wait for that next week. I'm stopping it. There we go. So I can't wait for Dalek next week. It's brilliant. We will do a Heaven Sent at some stage, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it at the same time.
No, that's on Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not doing it Tuesday. I'm not supporting Moffat right now. Seriously, I'm very strong about this. It doesn't look good which way you look at it. Even if he is licking up to the BBC, he's licking up to the BBC and he's sacrificing Doctor Who canon just so he can get his own TV show. And I
don't think he's sacrificing canon. Like, okay, let's look at the article and read what he actually said.
No, listen, we'll do it. No. I want to keep this strictly with this because we could do that tomorrow. Yeah, I know, but we could do it tomorrow. I don't want to really get into a whole debate about it because we could do it tomorrow because.
All right, whatever, no problem.
We got the Moffat thing to talk about. Then we could talk about Ed Hine, Maxine Alderton,
as well.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. We have plenty to talk about tomorrow.
I think she wrote. It was like the people who wrote the word. She wrote the Villa of. Was it?
Yeah, bringing back writers that are shit.
Oh, right? It's like they want it to be shit.
Of course they do. This proves it.
And they basically say, "Look, we can make it as shit as we like, and you can't do anything." And then this is exactly what happened to the comic book industry, and that's how the comic book industry folded in 4 days. Is because they whittled away their margins. They pushed away so much of their audience. So they're these razor thin margins. Like they push it down to it's like the minimum possible that they could be viable, right? And it was the absolute minimum. And now they broke it. There's one thing that just broke it, and they're done. They're over. And they're going to do the same thing. They're going to do exactly the same thing.
Well, you know what? I don't really care that Maxine Alderton's come back, but I have news on her anyway. Yeah, she's rumored to be a future showrunner. So there you go. So she's behind what? Is she behind the Witchfinders as well?
No, she was behind a Discovery of Witches, a very boring.
That's what I keep getting mixed up with. Yeah, but she's rumored to be the next showrunner if Chris Chibnall does indeed step down. Horn, whatever,
but I can't. What you want to do something good.
No, but here's the thing: the Chibnall people, right? So even if Chibnall goes, if one of these idiots take over from him, that they're not going to change the timeless children's story. They're going to continue what he's done.
And then they're just going to not, and then when it's cancelled and it's just not viable, they're going to go, well, nothing to do with us. It's had its day. There's nothing anybody could have done. Yeah, that's exactly what they'll do.
Well, they all need to go, as problem being said, but they won't. They won't. But yeah, let's get back to tonight's episode anyway. What would you give out of 10, Rabbi, this one?
Oh, I'll give it a solid 8.5.
Yeah, I'd actually have to agree with that one. It's about an 8.5.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, it gets that higher rating because obviously the scenes in the Cheryl gives it a 7, by the way, if anybody wants to know.
I think that's a pretty charity.
And Cheryl gave last week a 6, so she gives it an extra 1.
Oh, really? Okay.
Problem being gives it a 5. Charlotte gives it a 5. That's fair enough. I know this is not everybody's cup of tea, but I do think the second half of this episode, especially, is Christopher Eccleston is really, you can see it.
Yeah, he's on cracking form for the.
Yeah.
He really is.
He's a bit unhinged as well.
Right.
It's off the phone with her. Look at the face on him when he tries to convince her, right? And then when he gets off the phone, he pulls a little face. He's still going through some trauma. You could see it. John gives it a 7. We've got Grumpy Old Bob 56. He gives it a 7.5, and Crusader gives it its lowest rating so far at a 4. Problem being says I gave it a 4 last week, and this was only marginally better. And he gave it a 5. Yeah, well, it's kind of reflecting. Everybody did think the first episode is a lot worse than the second episode. So the
majority of the lower ratings are Americans.
Probably, but no, this was or even remember at the time, this was kind of, even review wise, it wasn't, wasn't widely praised.
It's not my favorite, but if it comes on, I'm not going to turn it off.
Darren M says a 7. Darren M says 7. Yeah, see, 7, 8 is probably a decent rating for that. Any lower than that, I can understand it, to be honest with you, because some people just don't like this story. And there is stories out there that I just don't like, and even if they are slightly better, I would give them a lower rating because I just can't stand them. For example, Orphan 55, that'll never get a rating on me.
Oh my god, it was so bad. Everything about it is bad.
Well, we will talk about him tomorrow because we'll have plenty to talk about him tomorrow because apparently the decision has been.
Are there any episodes from the reboot up until Capaldi starts to regenerate? Are there any episodes that you would skip that you would just flat out skip because you just like them so much?
Well, I don't like Hellbent.
Yeah, there'll be a lot I'll skip.
I would skip Hellbent, and I'd skip Twice Upon a Time as well, honestly.
I'll tell you what, let me just pull up the episode, because there's a lot I skipped when I did my rewatch. And the most I skipped was from season 8. 1 second.
Right, so while Rabbi gets that up, me and Rabbi will be going into greater detail tomorrow. Me and Rabbi will be live, and we will be talking about the 3 riders. Our Starry-Eyed Girls popped into the chat. Welcome, nice to see you. She gives it a 7. If you'd like to join us next week for Derelict, I'll obviously give you the week's notice. If you'd like to come on next week and with me and Rabbi, it'll be me and Rabbi. We're going to do Derelict Watchalong next week. If you'd like to join us, because it's been ages since we've had you on the panel.
I hope you and your family are doing well through everything.
Say that again. Sorry.
Sorry, I go. I hope her and her family are doing well with the.
Yeah. Everybody stay safe as well, as we said. And I know it's stupid, isn't it? The weather is getting great, and we can't do that, and that's why I hope for rain every day.
Oh yeah, it's been uncustomarily cold here for the last couple of days. Normally the weather gets really good this time of year.
So
today's weather was the first day it got cold again. It had been gorgeous.
yeah, so that wasn't too bad. It made it a little bit easier.
I enjoyed was it Boris Johnson's thank you speech?
Great.
That came up on my YouTube feed.
Yeah. So great. It looks like Starry-Eyed Girl says that'd be great. Thank you, guys. No problem, right? So I will send you the link. We go early enough anyway. Between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. So I will send you the link next Sunday anyway, and you can join us.
I'm so looking forward to see the episode. It's so great.
Yeah, and it's one of the best episodes anyway. So be a nice little one to join in on. Everybody saying hello. So I'll just say hello to everybody. So we got Nicholas Horton, problem being Starry-Eyed Girl, Derek McManus. Who else have we got? We got Colin Crusader, Charlotte, Daniel is here as well. We've got Darren, we've got Grumpy Old Bob 56, we've got John SDG, we've got Captain Robert, April, Stephanie, Little Page. Why do I keep saying Little Bridge in my head? Problem being, who else have we got? I think I've named everybody now, haven't I? Nicholas Horton, I think I said him, but we'll say him again just in case I missed you. Colin is here as well. I don't know if I mentioned Colin, but we'll mention it again. Derek McManus, East Lynn, Burkholder is here as well. Welcome. John Steed, welcome. And who else? I think that's everybody now. Oh, Leland is here as well. Welcome, Leland. Nice to have you here as well. Nice to see 30 people watching. Great. See, I actually forget that the viewers on this channel do be slightly better because I've been on the other channel for a whole week. So it's been weird. So we've got Creasy 1984. Welcome. Beant is here as well. Welcome. I don't know if I pronounced your name right, pal, but I apologize. Bean with a T at the end of it. Beant. Yeah, is that what it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm saying it wrong. Have you got that up for me so we can put it up on the? I'll share it.
What?
You said you were looking for something.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was going for I had the list of episodes. I was going to say I've totally forgot. So the list of episodes from I'm totally forgetting. Treading water for me.
Okay. Ben. So he said just call him Ben. No problem, Ben. Even better. Because
that works. Fine. So going through season 8, this is the ones to I watched Deep Breath, and I thought they should have 20 minutes taken out of it, and it was 20 minutes longer. So they put that they killed that with that extra 20 minutes. Into the Dalek, I thought was a pretty good episode. I skipped Robot of Sherwood, Listen. I watched Time Heist. I skipped Caretaker, Kill the Moon, watched Mummy on Orient Express and Flatline. And
hang on. You skipped Listen. You skipped Flatline.
No. Flatline's the best episode of the season.
Right, but why you skipped Listen? Can I ask you why you skipped Listen though? Because
I can't stand it.
Well, what's wrong with Listen?
I find it a really boring and stupid episode.
Really?
Love it.
Yeah.
Wow, I actually thought now that would be an episode you'd actually really enjoy.
No, I just maybe I'll give it a rewatch. You know, maybe.
Maybe we should, man. We should. You know what we should do? I know we're doing all the way up, but maybe we should start doing a few Peter Capaldi. Actually,
it's kind of one of my favorites.
Yeah, I actually think. I agree with you with Kill the Moon. That was an abomination.
Well, what?
The Moon was an abomination. Actually, that was a concept let down poorly by the writing. And Clara and the Doctor was out of character in that because he basically left them all to fucking deal with it himself. And then he says, "Well, I knew you would make the right choice."
Yeah, I'm listening.
You kind of What, you like Kill the Moon as well?
No, I hate it.
Right. Oh, sorry, guys. Me and Cheryl. Cheryl's going to be newly single. Me and Cheryl are getting a divorce. She likes Kill the Moon, so I
Actually, you want to know the weird thing about Kill the Moon?
What?
It's really, really, truly awful when they get to the ending. Up until then, if they answered it in any other way than the moon is a giant egg with a lizard inside it, flies away, I think it could have been better. Just any other answer than that.
Nah, do you know what? For me, it wasn't even that. Do you know what was ridiculous about it? What was ridiculous about it is that the moon broke up, right?
Yeah.
And nothing happened on the earth. There was
Exactly.
there was no tsunami, no earthquakes, there was nothing.
Right. And then 2 weeks later, a forest grew overnight.
That's why I just don't see again when it comes to sci-fi. You know, as I said, I'm critical of that as well. If you're going to write stories like that, well then they have to make sense. They have to make sense. When they were all standing on the beach there, they should have been all killed.
We moved on course, then I like that.
My guess is that the month that he was working on Sherlock very hard.
Oh, you and Starry-Eyed Girl have something in common. You both like Kill the Moon. Maybe we should get the girls to do a stream on Kill the Moon, and us lads will sit back and listen.
Will you continue to be as patronizing as you are right now?
I'm not being patronizing.
Yes, this is not. We're not being patronizing. We're just explaining. It's okay.
Oh, okay, mansplaining. Thanks.
Come here. That was never a term until all those other idiots brought it up. Nobody had a problem with anybody mansplaining in the past before.
Right.
Until those idiots. Nobody did. Nobody did. That's why they brought up the term.
We just didn't have a cute name for it.
Oh my God, you hear her.
We talked about you all the time. This is not a new concept.
I only watched Kill the Moon once, says Derek McManus. Derek, watching Kill the Moon once is once too many.
In your opinion?
No, not in my opinion.
Because it's your opinion doesn't mean you're right.
Most of the newspapers and most of the shill media that I hate actually agree with me.
It's not a fact.
Okay. How many people here?
It's still not a fact. It's still an opinion.
It doesn't matter, right? Most of the fandom hate it.
Fact. We live on planet Earth.
Do we?
Opinion. Oh, please.
Do we?
I can't with you.
We Earth. How do you know that this planet is really called Earth? We gave it that name. It could be called something else.
Save Cheryl.
Yeah, but it as we gave it that name, that means it has that name. But I would say, listen. Normally, I would say, Kill the Moon, liking or disliking it's good or bad is a very subjective judgment. I find it hard to say that we Kill the Moon because it's so freaking bad. It's just so bad on so many levels.
Do you know what? We should actually do that. We should pick the 4 episodes that we all think, right? And do watch-alongs of them and see do we actually think they're as bad as we actually believe that they are, or see do their opinions actually change on them.
I can honestly say there are episodes that I am not a huge fan of, but up all the way through to the end of Twice Upon a Time, I literally won't skip an episode.
No. If there's episodes bad, I'll skip. I mean,
enjoy them all.
Yeah, until I mentioned this one. Watch this. She'll change her opinion now straight away.
No,
hold on.
It heaps me
hold on. Here we go.
You're going to say Love and Monsters.
No, I'm not. I'm actually going to say Fear Her.
No, I like Fear Her.
No, you don't. What, Chloe Webber?
Chloe Webber.
No, you don't. Don't be lying. Oh my God.
I would agree with this. In every episode, there's something of merit. And in Fear Her, they have the Scribble Monster. That was pretty cool.
I think it related to me.
I think I need to reassess my marriage with Cheryl now and find out what episode. Listen, do you know the way? No, hang on.
Daily.
Come here. Do you know the way they say do a list of the partners that you're with? Right, here's one. I've got one. I want a bucket list of every fucking episode that you like.
I literally just said I will watch them all. Some I just don't rate as high, but I like them all.
I'll get one. I'll get one that you don't like. I'll get one.
11 and 12 have many.
Yeah.
Which I call the spin-off.
Oh, I've got her now.
No,
so you said
spin-off.
no, but hang on. No.
Yes.
No, you can't change the rules.
No, the rule
So
is
technically,
I'm not counting
hang on,
season
guys.
11 or
She
12.
said that she would never skip an episode.
No, I didn't. I said through Twice Upon a Time.
Nah, she's changed the
I
rules.
did not. You rewind it back.
Yeah, I think that's a fair. That's fair. Up until twice. That takes you most of the. That takes up until it gets awful.
Would you watch?
By the way, when you guys listen again in the comments, look at the time on the screen right now, so you can go back and listen. Please make sure you call Noel out in the comments that yes, say up until the end of Twice Upon a Time.
Right. Well, I'm changing the rules.
Well,
right. Because officially, whether you like it or not, Doctor Who Series 11 and 12 are part of Doctor Who. So you said you would not skip an episode. All right. But if you had no choice, and I said to you, you can only watch Series 11 and 12, would you sit there and watch them, or would you skip any? Truthfully.
I'll skip all of it.
Said that I won't watch season 11 or 12.
If I thought, I'm asking you a hypothetical question here.
Your question's
no, it's not. If you were forced to watch series 11 and 12 and told that they're the only the two series of Doctor Who that exist, there's no other Doctor Who other than series 11 and 12, right? Would you sit there and watch, or is there any episodes you would skip? Yes or no?
I just.
I
would get away.
No, you're not understanding my answer. No, just listen to me.
No.
Your answer to the question was, if those were the only two seasons I have, would I skip any or would I watch? And I'm saying I would watch none of them. Thereby, I'm still answering your question.
I said to you, hypothetically, if you are forced, listen to what I'm saying. Hypothetically, you are forced to watch series 11 and 12. So you have no choice. No choice whatsoever, right? Then what episode?
I'm still saying I would skip those. So your question's stupid.
No, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
In your scenario, how many episodes can she skip? Can she skip all of them, or can she only skip a few of them?
I would skip all of them.
Exactly. She's saying she'll skip all of them. Which I get as well. If I was said you can watch season 11 or 12 or nothing, I'd be like, well,
you're a grammatically flawed argument. Noel.
It's not flawed. I asked you a hypothetical question, but you have to get. Oh, serious.
Oh, you know what Cheryl would do if she was given that choice, saying it's either season 11 or 12 or nothing. She would then just make her own episodes, like Amy Pond. She'll make the Raggedy Doctor.
Yes.
She'll make little dolls and she'll make her own episodes.
I would.
Exactly.
I would act out my Doctor Who coloring books.
Exactly.
But they wouldn't exist.
So she would make them. Yeah, you can't erase love. Love is real.
Oh, you two be quiet.
Even Teddy agrees. Love is all.
Me argument. I can't win against you, and I already did. I proved me point.
No, you just argue. Yell louder.
Ted, why are you yelling at me for? It's Mammy that's yelling. Ted and all, see that you are all turning on me now.
Oh, infamy.
That's it.
Well,
listen, see, of course I'm losing. It's me wife. Of course I'm going to lose against my wife. I'm always lose against our wives.
I want to save your life. I don't know why you're not getting that, mate.
It's grand. It's all right, sure. You know, I still have my opinions anyway.
No, you don't. You're married. You lost them.
No, I didn't.
A happy wife is a happy life is a happy wife.
Is it?
Yeah. A happy life is a happy wife. And a miserable wife is an excruciating.
Come here. We're all miserable bastards all the time, right? That saying is just stupid.
Although if I can go another week without my wife strangling my kids, I'm going to be pretty happy. I'm smart. I'm downstairs in the basement.
Good. I wish I had a basement, man.
There you go. Where they're all scared to come.
Basically, in our house, if Noel's not happy, no one's happy.
Wow.
Yeah, my wife's the same thing. Yeah, it's a common trait.
Wow, did you hear that? It's all coming out now, folks. All my enemies be waiting now for the juicy. Just want some juicy information? I'll give you a bit of juicy information there, trolls. Right, here's a bit of juicy information.
I really think you should be careful.
What? You think I should be careful about giving them juicy information?
I think you should be careful.
I'll tell you this, right? I'll tell you this one thing, right? I'll tell you this one thing, right? Just one little secret. Do you want to know a little secret? No, seriously?
Can you see the horror in my eyes?
I'll tell you this, secret. Noel doesn't give a flying fuck what anybody thinks. So, Noel just does his own thing. And yeah, I have to now make Cheryl write down the list of, I'm going to put my list of bad episodes and see how many of them she actually likes.
I have a lot of this about episode.
Yeah, I don't like Kill the Moon though. The end of it, I do agree with a lot of people though. It was actually all right up until the reveal that the moon was an egg.
It was a giant egg. So yeah, it was an episode that should have been good that really wasn't. Is what's good again? Dark Water. The one, the Death in Heaven.
Oh yeah. We
won't
get
good.
That one either.
Good ideas in it. I like the Cybermen climbing out the graves. That should have been cool. The whole death sphere thing.
And then we got the Brig of Cyberman.
Yeah, just none of it really worked, and it's a shame because it should have done.
Well, he regrets. Well, here's the thing about Moffat, right? And this is what I used to give him praise for, right? Is the fact that he's even said himself now that he regrets that whole thing. He regrets the whole Danny Pink storyline. But it's a bit fucking late though. But I mean, still, he's able to acknowledge it. Could you imagine Chris Chibnall in a few years' time if he's asked, is there anything you regret about your time as showrunner of Doctor Who? And I can guarantee it, because he's so arrogant, there'd be no, I'm proud.
No, I have nothing I regret because I am perfect.
What?
Am I the only person who didn't hate Danny Pink?
A lot of people didn't like Danny Pink. Hold on, we'll see how many in the comments. How many of you actually liked Danny Pink like Cheryl? I didn't. To a certain point, no. I'll tell you what it was, right? They introduce him, right? And then it's like you get a few episodes of him, right? And you do this interesting thread where they go through his history of his family, and there's one at the end of the universe, and it's deadly. It looks like it's going to be a great thread, and then he kills him off. That's the problem I have. I think Danny Pink would have been great. Get Clara involved in a relationship with Danny. All well and good. I actually didn't mind the one with the first.
You know what they really should have done with Danny? He should have joined the TARDIS crew and been like a Harry Sullivan. Harry Sullivan was like a military guy. So Danny Pink is an updated military guy, and he's the thing is on the big finish release, the 12th Doctor Adventures came out like about a month ago. They have Samuel Clemens? I can't remember his name. Samuel Anderson, I think, is it? And he they have him one in the episode. He's very good. He's a very good actor, and I just think what really good him is him in the cyber suit. And if you just turn down the army thing 20%, but him in the cyber suit at the end was just kind of stupid. But again, that whole Cybermen making people like the dead, just I think with that design of Cybermen really didn't work. You need to go a lot more like body horror. You need to get like a dead face and then putting the cyber mask on top of it. With the wires going into it. Like something really kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
Right. And then it would have been much more, meant more than it did. The design just didn't work at all.
Yeah. Well, loads of people are a fan of Danny Pink. Not. Problem being, says Danny Who. Castro Valvin says Darkwater was great, but it falls apart in Death in Heaven.
Exactly.
And they should have brought in a new companion.
Yes, exactly. Now, at what point in the 12th Doctor's timeline do you think Death in Heaven happened? I'm thinking it's like about 2 or 3 weeks after he regenerated.
Yeah. I don't really care for Danny Pink, to be honest with you. He was, as I said, looked like they were going to do something interesting with his character, and then he just kind of. I think Moffat just didn't have the will for it, to be honest with you. I think he had something there, and then he just kind of said, "I can't be arsed. I just can't be arsed." Danny Pink was a bad character. Danny Pink was a doormat. Danny Pink, meh. I like Danny Pink in Last Christmas. That was it. Yeah, that was the one, the dream inside of a dream inside of a dream, where he had that little part in it, which I thought, yeah, I will agree with you on that one. Didn't like him. Danny Pink was a skimp. Danny Pink was a prick, says Daniel. I didn't particularly dislike him. Just seemed to be worth. Didn't seem to be worth all the screen time, says Captain Robert April.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Didn't Danny have a descendant played by the same man? Yeah, Orson Pink, and that's why I thought they were actually going to go down that route, but they didn't. Didn't like the side of break. I like Danny Pink, but was submissive. Let me see what was dismissive at times. He said Clara in The Caretaker doing a somersault and faces off with a tiger with a torch, then gets killed crossing a road. Yeah, that was actually pretty stupid. Yeah, a lot of people just don't like Danny Pink. So
I agree.
People don't like him. Doesn't change the fact that
I didn't say that. I was just asking other people and letting you know that it does look like that. You're probably one of the very few that like Danny Pink.
I'm totally okay with that.
No, but I was just like, I was just reading out the comments anyway. That's what I would do. Just because you're sitting there liking you like Danny Pink, because I read out other people don't like him, you don't have to get all defensive.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
It did.
Okay. So you should know. Okay, what you're going through is not uncommon. This morning, I went to make myself a cup of coffee, and we have 2 large coffee cups right now because it's Passover, and we can't have any of our regular coffee cups. We have to get a special cup for everything, and we got 2 big ones. And I saw one wasn't being used, so I went to take it, and my wife was like, "Well, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Having a coffee." Yeah, but that's not your coffee cup. I'm like, "But I want a big coffee." He said, "No, you don't drink enough coffee for that coffee cup." But I want to know, and I had to have a paper coffee cup. Well, I still don't understand why. So, like,
yeah,
you know,
I have a big Dalek mug that I use for my coffee.
Much like Stephen Moffat to the BBC, the more you submit, the happier you will be.
Yeah, well, I never submit, so I'll never be fucking happy, right? So that's the end of it.
It's better to be. I just think it's better to be happy than to be right.
I would rather be right than happy.
It's a mistake. It's a mistake. Being happy is so much better than being right.
I am happy. I'm happy when I'm right.
What?
I'd rather be happy than right, Rabbi.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Rat boy is just there. Cheryl's just looking at me with that weird looking faces. Oh, don't be making the show. I'm not on the camera, so it's grand. They can't actually see me clapping my hands. Yeah. Oh, now everybody wants a cup of tea. Go and get yourself a cup of tea.
Ooh, I could go for a cup of tea.
Yeah. Either Rabbi is going to have a cup of tea. Well, he's going to go to bed shortly, so it probably will be a cup of tea because you won't drink your coffee now, will you? Before you go to bed.
Yeah, might have a cup of mint tea. I'll tell you, if you want a really weird evening, and I wouldn't say to advocate this, but if one would get insanely high and watch Warriors Gate, that makes for a really weird evening.
Of course, we do not condone any sort of yes on this channel. We're just saying that's what you choose to do. That is your own business. But if you do choose to do that, Warriors Gate is the choice.
It's a really strange evening. That's one.
Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 2 would be another good choice. Because that's not a great movie.
If you're getting,
watch that a bit.
Then it's going to be Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah, Doctor Strange. Yeah.
And if you're really high and you're drinking whiskey, then it's Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's got to be a single malt whiskey. Love
Yeah.
that. Oh, I got to do the giveaway.
Oh, you do. You do.
God, there we go.
So every week, yeah, Rabbi does a giveaway on the channel. So I think Daniel's already put the link in. If you could do it again, please, Daniel, and put Rabbi's channel up in the chat there for us, please. Really appreciate it. Right, Rabbi, go ahead. Name your winner.
And we are. This week is. Oh, it's birthday. One second. Let me get next week's prize. Wait there.
Drum roll. Well, it's not a drum roll.
I'm trying to pick up something. Oh, you know, this is a good one.
No.
Fine. Oh, this is a very good prize, actually. There you go. Fine. So.
You're gonna set them off. Stop. It's too late for that.
And we're back.
I am not allowed to do me drum roll, folks, because I'll start the dog off.
And you've already done it.
Indeed. Fort of Doomsday and Black Orchid was won by Beat. Oh, yeah, we had trouble saying your name earlier.
Oh,
Beat.
he's in the chat, Ben. Ben, you've won a prize, so get in touch with Rabbi. You've won yourself 2 DVDs there, Doctor Who DVDs. Where's his name there? And we'll stick him up there just so he knows that he's won. He was here just a few minutes ago.
I finally got them all packaged up to go out for. They're going back for months now. And my post office, I think, is open tomorrow. So with any luck, they will get them in the mail.
Ah, there you go, guys. And if anybody hasn't, which reminds me, I have to send you my address. But if anybody hasn't given your personal details to Rabbi, please make sure you do get those personal details to him by at least tonight or tomorrow. If he.
Oh, there's only one person I need now. I think that's Ham on Rye. I need yours. Was it Ham on Rye Chomsky?
So, Ben, we got your name up there. There's your avatar there. Looks like a bit of a fox, maybe a bear. It looks a bit more like a fox. You have won this week's prize. Are you doing a competition for?
I am. I just want to pick that up on the file, and I got something very interesting. We just mentioned it. Now, this thing is a really weird DVD. It's Apocalypse Now, the complete dossier. So it comes with. Let me see. Opens up. It's in this like really cool packaging, and it's got the what's in it? It's got the extended edition. It's got the original. It's got a making of. It's a very, very cool set. And you get these. It's in very nice packaging, and you get this, and it comes in this like it looks like Vietnam orders, sealed orders. I'll just put it in there again. There you go. So Apocalypse Now, the complete dossier. What's a good hashtag for Apocalypse Now?
Wow. Can't think of one off the top of my head.
How about I think one of my favorite scenes. Oh no, Panama Red. Okay, that's it. Hey man, can you get me any Panama Red?
Yeah. Agree with that one.
And if you go to my my website, comics.com, and click on the tab that says Ice Warriors, you will notice the second season of Ice Warriors is essentially Apocalypse Now. with Ice Warriors, and this is bit the scene where in Apocalypse Now where they have this the helicopter attack on the Viet Cong base. One of the most incredible scenes ever on cinema. And they're playing Wagner. That scene. So
Yeah.
I do that with a Cyberman outpost that these Ice Warriors find.
Panama Red. Right. Hashtag Panama Red. I even spell Pamela. I just want to make sure I'm spelling that right. It looks weird on the screen. That's why I don't. Do you ever find that actually when you type certain words on your screen, they just don't look right? And you have to go and just check a second time just to be. Yeah.
It's Panama.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. Red. Yeah, but it looks weird, man. Look. It looks weird when you write it up. Look. It looks weird. Well, anyway, that's the hashtag. So if you want to win that great prize, you know what to do by now. Subscribe to the Rabbi's channel, do all that stuff. Enter the hashtag, blah, 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 blah. You know what to do. And all the list of winners. Actually, do you know what? For the people that have won, have you got all the names there handy so we can give all the names?
Let's see. We have Max O'Mark been waiting the longest. There's David Lee. Oh, David Leach won something. Gary Hewitt. Thomas Engel. I got yours packaged up as well. Lone Wolf. Can't remember what you. Lone Wolf. Problem being, conquer the universe with astrology, and Hamurai Chinaski. And there's also Blue Bonnet won something. I can't remember who else. But I have all they're all things I have in front of me.
Right. Now. So if anybody else remembers if they won, Rabbi has the names there anyway. So if you do try to pull a fast one, Rabbi will sure.
If you ever go to any of my videos, there is always in the video notes a download link for a Doctor Who audio adventure starring Nicholas Briggs as a Doctor.
Yeah. Anything else now you want to coming up on your channel next couple of days, weeks?
Nothing. I mean, I'm probably going to be screaming about Doctor Who some more. I guess the more the propaganda machine spins it, I have to try and spin it back in the other direction.
Yeah, and me and Rabbi, we're having a bit of a chat before we came on live tonight, and I broached an idea with him. We will talk about that. But I think that's a good idea, Rabbi. What do you think?
Yeah.
It as well. But what did you, just while Cheryl is here, actually, what did you think of the two names that she came up with?
I said I like both of them.
All right, there you go, Cheryl. So we'll use them. Okay,
so those are my thoughts. I said I like both of them. I think I like the first one a bit better, and I think we should use the same one on both our channels, because just from branding, it's going to be very confusing if you give people two different things to remember. So I just think that works better because people get confused.
It incorporates both of your names. I like.
Absolutely. I hear it. It's just I would like to choose either one or the other one and just stick with that one on both channels.
Are you fellas watching Heaven Sent on Tuesday? I know Rabbi is.
It's a hard no for Noel.
Okay. Oh, that's a very good idea. Should I review the DVDs? You know what? I really should. That's a great idea. Apocalypse Now. Easy to review. It's my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, don't forget, we still have a War of the Worlds in the Time Machine. Watchalong as well.
And then I had a great idea of doing Spy Who Loved Me, because that's such a chat
No,
along.
we'll do that as well. And I want to do, remember we were talking about the Batman animated movie? Yeah. Because I was talking to Yaz as well. I'm going to see if we can get him on board, but he hasn't seen the Gaslight one. So he said he read the graphic novel, but he hasn't actually seen the movie. So I've actually said it to him. So I'll just wait and see if I get a reply off him. But I definitely won't be watching Heaven Sent on Tuesday. Listen, I don't have any problem if fans want to go and support this. But the fact that Stephen Moffat is part of it, right now, I just don't know what to think about Stephen Moffat. My head's all over the place with it. I do think he has betrayed the fans. But, you know, I know people out there think that I might be wrong on this one. But there's no justification for it in my opinion. Unless he is trying, and this is a weird way of doing it. If this is him trying to have a dig at Chris Chibnall, well, this doesn't look like he's having a dig at Chris Chibnall to me. Well, this is the thing I can't get over, Rabbi. Boy, if you wanna show up Chris Chibnall, all you have to do is continue to do what you are doing, right? As Moffat was doing, which watch-alongs and coming out with these little dig tweets, right? He didn't need to go and write for Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. This is what I have a problem with. He's writing for a doctor that, in my opinion, is actually cosplaying some of his doctors anyway. So don't get it that this man does not have integrity or or stuff when it comes to his work. Like, that's his work. This is a cosplay doctor.
Right.
The diluted version of Matt Smith and David Tennant.
Story.
What?
The story he wrote wasn't a Doctor Who story, which I thought was very, very clever.
Yeah, I know, but he's still wrote it for her. He's still writing it for her doctor, though. It's still therefore he's endorsing her doctor.
And he wrote her as a fake doctor. Right? She was a fake doctor. She wasn't a real doctor. That was the story. It wasn't real. I really think that it was again. You've got to remember this. He's living in Paris.
I know. Listen, right now I just don't know. I might. Heaven Sent is one of my favorite all-time episodes. Starry Eyes. But right now,
if you can find it in your heart to forgive him, I think you'll be.
I will admit it. Yeah, you're right. Me hatred has probably clouded my
exactly.
But right now, I am angry at Moffat because
I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying because right now you're doing it
because I don't know what he's doing, and that's what's annoying me. If this is him trolling fans, I still think it's wrong. If it's him, Dracula, all those points that I made, and even if it is him having a go at Chibnall, it doesn't. I'm sorry, it's not coming across like that to me. It's just not.
Yeah, that second Twitter account that he set up, that he probably set up, right from Radio Times. Yeah. That was probably a step too far. That's what probably got him in all the trouble. He could have probably got away with everything else. That's what probably got him in trouble.
Look, again, this is another point that's being made. Moffat is not going to bite the hand that feeds him. Listen. I don't know where you are all getting this. Is Steve? No, but hang on. I don't know where you are all getting this from. Right? This is Stephen Moffat. This is Stephen Moffat that wrote a film for Hollywood. This guy is not going to be out of work ever. Out of work.
I disagree.
It doesn't matter if he gets shunned by BBC. He'd have Netflix, Amazon Prime. I'm sure there's people in Hollywood that would pick Stephen Moffat up like that. I'm not buying that, right? There's something called integrity. There's something about protecting what you have written, right? And he's not doing that. He's coming out and supporting this. So if he's supporting this, then he doesn't give a fuck what he wrote.
Okay, but no, we're in the McCarthy era. Remember the McCarthy era in the 50s?
Yeah, I know.
That's where we're in. That's where he is. And I think for that, I think he's done us proud. Really, I do. I think he's gone above and beyond.
I know some people are going to disagree with me on this one. But at the end of the day, as I said, we all have different opinions on this, but I'm sorry. I mean, if I was a writer, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm sorry, I would. Maybe I'm different, right? Maybe I am different. Maybe writers, they will sell out because, they have to keep working. But I'm sorry, I've got something called, I've got my own morals, I've got my own ideology, and I've also got my integrity, right? And right now, Moffat is not displaying any of those things.
Right? Okay. So, but no, put yourself in this case scenario, right? That the shade that you threw would cause not just you, but also Cheryl not to be able to be employed in the thing that she loves. What would you do? These people play very dirty.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think
I'll put it this way: if this was like Paris after the end of World War II, and I was thinking about this because they got one of the big finishes. It has this coming up. It was Paris at the end of World War II, where they shaved the heads of the collaborators, the women who slept with the Nazis. I'm not sure Moffat in that case will get his head shaved. I think he's still on the edge.
I don't know. Again, I have to disagree. I think people are just trying to be optimistic about this. I think problem being is right. I think people are just trying to be optimistic because of the first night he came out and he said something and it looked like he was having a dig at Chris Chibnall I've actually had a chance to look at that, and as I've said, if you look back at it, I think he actually wasn't having a go at Chris Chibnall. I think he was actually having a go at the fans. I think he's been trolling the fans from day one. And I think he's been taking the piss when he coming out and saying that Tom Baker's nose and all is canon, because he knows that type of shit will upset us. I think he is trolling the fans. I think, and the reason why, this is not the first article, by the way, this is the second article, because when the Timeless Children came out and it caused all the uproar, few days beforehand, Chris Chibnall and Mark Gatiss had come out and actually spoke.
Right, and they said,
canon. So this is not the first article. This is now the second article. I'm sorry, I could buy the first one and I'm saying that he's trying to get he's trying to get dropping it back on the air or whatever it is. But to do a second one and then to write a story for Jodie Whittaker's doctor.
Again, at the end of the day, he's still right that Chibnall does control Doctor Who canon, and I don't see any possibility of Doctor Who continuing without this being retconned out of existence. It's either Doctor Who's either going to crash and burn and go away.
But it is. It is. I was even having this conversation with someone on the Doctor Who official site, and I'd left a comment 2 days ago, and then of course you get the people defending it, coming and calling me all sorts of names. But one person in particular decided not to do the name calling and actually just engage in the conversation with me. So I put my points of view across, they put their points of view across, but then it got to the point then where this person was looking for facts, right? And this person made, and we've seen a few people make this comment saying that the ratings are okay. So
no, they're not.
Had to show, yeah, I know they're not. So I actually had to show, because they want facts and the evidence. So I actually showed the facts and the evidence to shut down the conversation. But not surprisingly, I was obviously blocked by that person. But that's what happens when you throw.
It's industry. It's exactly the same. They kept saying this is the best year comics have had ever. This is the best year. Well, you know, EVS and your boy Zach were going, it's going to end. It's going to implode. And they said, no, you stupid incel. This is the best year we've had ever. And then 4 days. That's how much they reduced their margins to 4 days.
I know. Well, listen, let's talk about something positive, because something positive did actually happen, and I overlooked it. I actually did watch it. Cheryl should actually watch it before I speak about it. It actually only goes on for about 2 or 3 minutes. Go on to YouTube and go. Oh, you already have. So Rory, obviously,
that was nice, wasn't it?
The isolation thing. Neil Gaiman wrote a little short story for Rory. Now, Moffat did. Apparently, Gaiman went to Moffat for a line. So there's a line of it written by Moffat, but the rest of it is by Gatiss. I have to say, it's probably. I sat there and I was listening to it. I got very emotional, actually. I don't know about any of you. See, this is what's killing me, right? Because on one hand, I know these dirty little greasy BBC bastards have their hands on this. And it does. They're all over it, even though they're not telling us. They're behind all of this. I know for a fact they are, right? I was told, I was given information. I know these are behind all of this, right?
Okay.
Right. Well, here's the thing. This is one of the best things out of everything that we have gotten, right? For all the other short stories, all the other little videos, this was the best one, in my opinion. The Rory story. He slipped straight into character. It was so natural. Okay. It was just absolute, and I actually welled up right at the end. It was, and then to hear Karen Gillan, Amy, right at the end, like, brilliant. It was.
They love those roles, you know. They love those roles, and you know they'll slip back into them whenever they can.
Yeah,
you can see the affection they have for it. You can see
that's the best one.
Making the show.
It's the best one written. It's the best one. I did like Amy's one, the cartoon one, but no, this one is way above any of the rest of them. Arthur Duval, what, like just for those few minutes, it actually brought me back to the time of the Angels. It actually brought me back to that episode when they left. It's like 10 years later, and I'm like, I'd buy it. It like. you could see it on his face, and it was very clever. Like, it's 10 years later, so the age is on his face.
Right.
Yeah.
They got they got these in the 1940s. It's really clever. But yeah, just think what they're going to put out on Tuesday with Capaldi.
Unfortunately, Capaldi is not part of it, which kind of bums me out a bit.
Now, but I bet they can they'll be able to do a scene or so. I bet so there's going to be something really cool for the next one.
Well, here, if Peter Capaldi comes back to do a scene, and I know that Peter Capaldi is coming back to do a scene, or there's something with Peter Capaldi introducing it, I will do it. And the only reason why I do it is because it's Peter Capaldi, and only Peter Capaldi.
Just like Rory, they didn't announce the this thing until an hour before the time. It was a complete surprise. I guarantee they're going to do something with this one. I saw somebody comment on one of my videos today with a link to a YouTube of Peter Capaldi in character hanging out with a bunch of kids at the Doctor Who experience.
Yeah,
and it was magical watching it. It was so much fun. He said he should have another.
The good old days when Doctor Who didn't cause that many arguments within the fandom. What?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a complete mess. It just is. The whole thing is just a complete mess, and it's quite startling to see that the people that supporting this are supporting it so blindly. They can't see. They actually have lost touch with reality, and that's the sad thing. They actually do believe, and even before I was told that Mr. Piggy Reviews, that's what I call him because he is a pig. Anybody that comes out after me or anybody is a pig, in my opinion. But Mr. Piggy Reviews apparently is still saying that this season 12 has better ratings than Peter Capaldi era. I don't know what you're on, mate. I don't know what you're on. 60%, 68% of this audience, right? The facts, right? The BBC's own ratings, right? The plus 4, the AI, right? The overnights, the 28 consolidated figures. Which way you look at them, mate, they're all down, right? They've lost 68% of this fandom since Series 11, by the way. So from Series 11 all the way to the end of Series 12, and that's including the special, it has lost 68% of its audience. Listen, you could do as many videos defending this era as much as you want, right? It is desperation, right? And I will agree on Rabbi on one thing.
Yeah.
The BBC's desperation, as we've been saying for weeks since Series 12 has ended, is clear for everybody to see.
Right.
It's clear. They are, and you know what? But the sad thing about is they are not desperate. What? Say it again?
They're so desperate that a multinational billion-dollar corporation is putting their entire weight of their marketing department to attack people who sit in their basements for free, talking into their computers. We're under their skin. Radio Times did an article directly replying to one of our videos.
I know.
They directly answering it. That's how much we're under their skin. And again, no matter what they do, ultimately they're going to have to show the Jodie episodes, and that's their Achilles heel. That's the thing. That's the weakest thing. Because once they show this dross, and everybody's going to go, "Oh, that's awful," and their rating, their viewership's going to start, if they're lucky, in the low 5s. If they're lucky, probably in the high 4s.
But unfortunately, with all that said, right, we already see the doom and gloom, right? And if these fans don't see the doom and gloom, well, they're going to be in for a shock for Series 13 anyway. But I think secretly they all know that the game is up. But even if there is some fans out there that blindly say that this is doing well, they're in for a shock next year. Because there's a lot of fans that are not coming back.
The drug they're on that you will never get through to them, this is faith. This is blind faith. This is faith in their worldview, faith that the world is really being progressive and they're being under control of these secret, racists that have taken over, and they're fighting the power and they're going to win. This is pure faith in insanity. And that's why you never get through to them.
I agree with you. I do. It is blind, utter fate. I do agree with you. And it's the fact that some of these really do love Jodie Whittaker, and no matter what she does, it's going to be gold in their eyes. But again, look, forget about Whittaker anyway, right? You just break this down to Chris Chibnall and his writers, right? And you see what we've been given, right? Now, Doctor Who was written a certain way, and anybody that does decide to write Doctor Who stories out there understand that fans, it's not a demand as such, but there's certain requirements to the writing. For example, under Chris Chibnall, what we have seen in this era is everything gets explained to us, because apparently, or maybe it is true in some cases, the audience that watching now can't figure stuff out for themselves, so it needs to be explained to them. Now, for us, for die-hard fans like me, Rabbi, and stuff, we don't get me wrong, we don't mind the fun episodes. It's always nice to have a fun episode in Doctor Who. That's what breaks it up from the serious episodes. You always have to kind of have that filler episode. Every show has filler episodes. There's nothing wrong with that. Some of the filler episodes do be actually great. You know, they're separate stories in their own right. But, you know, there is expectation, right? If the writing is straightforward, like it has been Chris Chibnall, there's no thinking behind it, well, then you're going to lose the fans straight away. But then when you add propaganda onto that, and then you add all this political correctness, and then you throw in speeches about climate change and the dangers of plastic and stuff like that, and then have a go at white males because we're all horrible bastards, well, then you're going to get what you get, and this is what we've gotten, and then it's reflected in the ratings. By the way, just to end this argument for all these people that still defend it and still say that Jodie Whittaker's era is better than Peter Capaldi's, I would urge you all to go to the Origins trailer on actually, do you know what? No, I won't encourage us. What I will do is I'll actually put it up, because you know what? I want you knobheads to actually see this, right? Because you say that Doctor Who, that everybody loves Doctor Who, right? You go on, oh, but the majority of the fans love Doctor Who. What, 2 point? How many, Rabbi, did it end with? How many did it stay? What, 3 point? What was it?
3.55, I believe, was it?
Right, so the 3.55 million is hung around, right? This show used to get 12, 13 million viewers, right? So, yeah, the majority of the fandom have walked away, right? But I just want to show you something to hammer home the point that we Doctor Who fans have been hammering home for a very, very long time, right? And this proves it once and for all. It's not just Doctor Who fans, by the way. And as you can hear, my voice is starting to shake now again, because this actually does really get me blood boiling. But hopefully, now hold on, I have to stop the sound because we don't want to get copyright strike.
Well, it was 4.55, not 3.55.
Right. Well, it doesn't matter. The audience walked away. But look at this, right? This is striking, right? Now, oh shit. Do you know what I'm at to do? I'm at to getting up the video, right? And I said, right, I'm going to screen share it. And I'm at to deleting the whole thing. Hold on. But this is just to hammer home the point, right? And this is not just Doctor Who fans, by the way. This is the British public, right? And when the British public are also turning their backs on Doctor Who, well, then you have a problem, right? See, these people of faith, these people that are going with blind faith, these people that support Jodie, don't realise that a show actually, to survive, actually needs an audience. Now, they've been telling us for years to feck off, yeah? I don't think they quite understand that you do need us, you know? So if you're going to write the show, well then, at the end of the day, they don't care about you fans. They should be actually writing the show for us, and then, you know, making it reach a wider audience by putting in stuff then that will bring news on board. But the majority of the writing should be aimed at us and not the newer fans, and that's what BBC's problem has been. They're pandering to a certain type on Twitter.
Yeah, they're pandering to their own type.
Yeah,
this is their own bubble they're pandering to, and they can't work out how Britain has turned into this country of racists and bigots that they've rejected them so much. What they must do is hammer home the message so much more. and then we would understand that's what's going on.
Right, so there you go. As you can see there, right, and I've actually, as you can see, it's blue because I downvoted it too. But as you can see there, I don't know if it's popped up on the screen, has it? No, it hasn't, has it? Is it up on the? Yeah, it is. There we go.
Just gonna take off the comment so people can
right,
see it.
I'll take off the comment there. Hold on. Actually, if I think I have to take the banner off, put the banner on, and take the banner off.
Go. Nearly there. Just scroll up a little bit. You can see it. Was that 4 point what?
So there you go. So it's taken a while. So 1,300 odd people. Hold on, I'll get the exact. I think if you put so 1,345 people like the origins of Doctor Who finally revealed trailer on the BBC. Now this is on the BBC official website or YouTube channel. And as you can see there, startling 4,365 people disliked this. Now, I must add that originally there was a lot more people that disliked this video, but YouTube did a purge.
Yeah, they
actually the true figure. The true figure is nearly around 7,000 originally. If you add the 3,000 that they originally took off. So, but we'll just say 4,365. That's still over 3,000 people disliked the origins. Now that doesn't, and 83,000 views, by the way. And this is a site. And this is a site that has 8.5 million subscribers, by the way. So look at it: 8.5 million subscribers and only 83,808 views, 1,300, as I said, and 45 upvotes, and 4,365 downvotes. Now, as I said, 3,000 dislikes were originally scrubbed by YouTube. So the true figure is around 7, but we'll leave it at the 4 anyway, to be fair. We'll fight fair, as J-Bot say, we don't fight fair. So we still will fight fair. There's still over 3,000 people that have disliked this trailer. So explain to me, go on, explain to me why, if Doctor Who is so popular, right, and is watched by millions of you, as you say, that the Origins trailer has been disliked. And if you say it's trolls,
I'll tell you this.
Trolls, I would like to add that YouTube take down accounts. So that's not an excuse either. They're genuine votes.
It's been hacked by Russian trolls.
Yeah, well,
it's like crazy. They will. You know they'll say that because
we're all Russian trolls. Yeah,
we're all Russian trolls. I know. I gotta go to bed, mate. I'm tired.
No problem. So I'm finishing up now. Anyway, do you want to? So me and Rabbi will be back tomorrow. We're gonna, as I said, we will pick up more on this. Pete Matig, Maxine Alderton, and obviously the writer that gave us the 2 worst episodes in Modern Who. I'd actually even go as far as to say that probably the worst episodes in Who altogether. And don't get me wrong, there has been some stinkers out there in the past, but these are bad. And Paradise Towers comes to mind when I say a stinker, but even that compared to these 2 abominations is much better. And he's been brought back to write the 3rd episode. So if Chris Chibnall, if people, the defenders of Chris Chibnall out there said, oh, you get it right for Series 13, right? He's finding his feet, right? As I said, 2 years, if you haven't found your feet, you should be sacked. But here's the thing. He's making the same mistakes for the 3rd year in a row because he's bringing back writers that are not up to it. So I'm sorry for all you fans out there saying, oh, listen, he'll get it right, You are going to be saying that again a lot this year, and he's going to let you down. So why not now save yourselves from all the heartache and say that he's going to get it right, and just admit finally to yourselves that he's a shit showrunner, he's a hack, he's way over his head, and he shouldn't have been given the job. And then we can all move on as a fandom, and we can actually make a real difference and get people in that actually care about the show, and then it'll have the viewers that it deserves to have, because the viewers it has now, it deserves those, right? And it's going to get worse. And look at that dog. He is absolutely ridiculous. Right. I'm seeing something cute. I have to go. Rabbi, Talk to you tomorrow, pal. Thanks for joining me.
My pleasure. Good night, everybody.
Good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow anyway. I'll send you that link and we'll chat tomorrow anyway, yeah?
Hey, sounds good.
All right, man. See you later. And to everybody in the chat, Starry-Eyed Girl, everybody, Captain Robert April and Stephanie Littlebridge, and to all you other guys, the moderators, I thank you all. Good night. Nice to have you all back on the Tardis Zone. And as I said, me and Rabbi will be still doing streams on the Irish Geek because we're going to be doing movie watch-alongs. We're going to be doing other TV shows and stuff like that. We have loads planned. So come and join us. Stay safe. Look after yourselves, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night, folks. Talk to you soon.